XLM price update. Let's get into it. So today, Chris, we will be taking a cheeky look at the stellar lumens token, the XLM token. We'll be having a look at the price and trying to give everyone a brief update as to what's going on. We obviously will be looking at XLM on the daily chart, the 4-hour chart and the 1-hour chart. We'll compare these and see what is going on. We'll have a look at those key technical indicators such as a Fibonacci retracement, the moving averages at the 50, 100 and 200 along with the volume and the relative strength index, and together hopefully form a bit of a picture as to what is going on here with the XLM token. Are we likely to see a retracement or are we likely to see another move to the upside? If you find this video useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you want to know more about those hidden gems, learn about new cryptocurrencies, and make some money online with us, then why not consider subscribing to the channel? By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you will stay well informed, so why not? And Chris, is there anything else you would like to add before we jump down to the desktop and start reviewing what is going on here with the XLM token?
Yeah, I was just going to say, let us know in the comments below what you think the price will be at the peak of the bull run for XLM. Really interested to know.
Fantastic. Right, let's jump down and get right into this. Fantastic. So here we are. This is stellar to the USDT. We are on the daily chart and Binance is our data source. We have got a Fibonacci retracement on here. This goes from the low level of the 27th of January through to that nice high that we had on the 13th of February. Since then, we have seen retracements coming down to the 618, the 50% retracement, and the 382 area of the Fibonacci. We have two trend lines. We have an upward trend line down here working as support, and we had a downward trend line acting as a bit of resistance. That actually had a breakout event happen here on the 28th of March and the 29th of March. And since then, we've seen some pretty interesting candles form. We obviously took out the 50% retracement, and then today, at the point of recording this video on the 5th of April, we've had a very strong move to the upside, looking to get through the 786 area of the Fibonacci. So things are looking pretty interesting here so far for the XLM token. The volumes are, however, incredibly low, so there's a huge amount of potential still to the upside. The RSI here on the daily chart is just about to enter that overbought area, and as we can see in the history of this thing, it can stay up here in that overbought area for quite a significant amount of time. So there's nothing to worry about just yet. Let's first of all take a look at what's going on those 4-hourlies and hourly charts before we come to any conclusions as to whether or not we're going to have a bit of a correction. The other thing worth pointing out on this particular chart is that 50 moving average is coming down here and acting as a bit of a support line for our today's candle. So that's working quite well for us. The 100 moving average is down following our trend line, and our 200 moving average is quite far below. Now, if we just zoom on out of this daily chart, we want to have a look at how things have been performing. We can see from our low point down here, if I just go and grab this and push it to the upside over here, we can see that we actually achieved, if I just get that right, there we go, 165% gains within 17 days. Since we've had those gains, we have been trading or had a correction for, let's say, 50 days. Okay, so we had that nice swing to the upside there that took 17 days, and we saw 165% of those gains. We then had a bit of a correction, and that had lasted for about 50 days. Now, if I go and grab my price indicator, we'll look at how much we actually lost. It should be a maximum of 48%, so nothing too major out of those gains. And most recently, we're actually currently down over here at only 14% gains from that top. So we're 14% away from that previous high point, and that's a significant motion to the upside still remaining. So let's delete those off of there just to give us a brief update of what was going on. We do have some expectations, and we'll get into those as we go through the charts later. Right, let's jump down, Chris, into our 4-hourly view. From here, we can see just how much of a strong move we've had since taking out or bouncing, I should say, from the 50 moving average. We can see the strong volume coming in here for the XLM token, and we have become overbought. Now we're overbought at about 80 on this chart, so we are expecting this thing to potentially start correcting at some point soon. So this 4-hourly chart, or at the point of even watching this video, we should have seen that correction. So that's a little bit concerning. But where can we see the corrections go down to? Well, we could see the 702 area, which would be 49 cent. That would be an area of interest to me to see if that's something that we see forming there. And that is an area that has been previously a bit of resistance that could be flipped into support. So we'll have to watch that closely. We can see that those averages are quite now far away from our candles, and we're starting to get a bit of a deviation. And the volumes here are lower currently than the previous few candles. So we're going to have to watch that as well. If the volumes start to decrease dramatically, then we're going to potentially protect the price but trade sideways. Whilst we correct that RSI, that does need to come down momentarily. Right, let's take a look, Chris, at the hourly view for this XLM token. Here we can see how we've been dabbling around with that overbought status. We're briefly overbought, we correct, we become overbought, we correct again, we overbought, we become correct again, and now we are overbought once again. So we're kind of playing around with this a little bit, and we keep bouncing around. We can see here that the 702 area has become an area of support, so hopefully that will continue. If we continue this kind of bouncing around here, we will protect that price and not really do too much. What we ideally want to do is actually get a bit of a deeper correction on this RSI in the same way that we were oversold over here. That's happening because we are seeing pretty much a decrease on that volume, and if we can decrease the volume enough whilst correcting this RSI, we will be able to protect that price up here as well. So we want to do as minimal amount of damage as possible at this point. But we are in need of a bit of a correction as it appears here. Now, the hourly is the most volatile of all of the charts that we are looking at, so we can expect actually a deeper correction here will have a minor effect on the daily. So a little bit of a correction here to get this more comfortable and swinging back up again could also be on the cards. The volumes are still higher than they were previously, so it's not exactly like all the momentum is gone. The daily chart is indicating pretty good volumes, and that could spike up again at any moment, and that would really rally this price much higher. So things on the XLM is looking pretty good at this point. We do need a correction. That's pretty much a given after an amount of swing to the upside we've had. But there is still a lot of room in the tank, and we could see this thing push into that 786 area under the right circumstances. Now let's go ahead and pull this back into our daily chart. From here, we can see how close we are to that 786, and we are just about to go into that overbought area on the daily. If the hourly chart does correct a little bit, that'll give us enough momentum to continue pushing the daily up here into this overbought area, and hopefully taking out some of those other price points above the 786. So that's one of the things that we're going to be watching out for quite closely here with the XLM token. Now, as we can see here, we have this price target of 83.9 cent. 83.9 cent is a move of 62% from the current position at the point of recording this video. So quite a significant move to the upside there. And it may take a little bit of time to actually take that out. In the same way that we saw this move from down here at 27th of January through to the 13th of February, we could see that actually occurring here as well. We could take a few days to acquire that price target, but 83.9 is on the cards, and it is only 62% away from our current price target. After that, we are talking about a $1.21, $1.59, and $1.82. So huge amount of potential still on the cards here for the XLM token. Loads of potential, and I think this thing is only really just starting. Chris, anything else you'd like to add to the XLM, technical analysis and price speculation?
Just I expect the project to do really well this month. After that length of time of consolidating, it's about time the XLM really starts to make some momentum now. So yeah, it's great.
Fantastic. Hopefully, guys, you have found this video useful and informative. If you have, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you want to learn more about those hidden gems and new cryptocurrencies, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you will stay well informed, so why not? And with that being said, we hope you have a fantastic day and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.